Hello YouTube, this is Stefan from Holland again. I want to talk to you about my $30 or €30 solution for someone who wants to start in bushcraft, shelter building, wood carving, etc, etc. It's not the ultimate maybe, but it's just a cheap solution, and I think you can manage with this. First I have the Dutch army knife, soldier's knife made by Victor Inox. Very well rust resistant, large blade, can opener with small screwdriver, bottle opener with large screwdriver, and an awl. I like this one a lot. I use it as a backup knife. Attach a lanyard to it, put it around your neck, or maybe attach the lanyard to your belt, put it in your pocket. So it's impossible to lose this knife, because this will be your last resort, your last backup. Okay, traveling maybe on your belt. I recommend, if you're a starter, Amora 511. I do like the 510 better myself, but maybe the 510 is for more experienced people, because you don't have a hilt on the 510. And if you're starting out with bushcraft cutting tasks, maybe this one with the hilt is better to protect your fingers from sliding, because the handle is slippery when wet. But it's a very good knife, carbon steel. It won't cost much, easy to find, easy to replace if anything goes wrong. And then I prefer to have a small machete. Actually I tempered with this one. I made it a bit of different size, more like a golok, so it's not really offensive looking. Yeah, it's not able, you cannot use this for defense, there's no point, but it's very good for digging, chopping, but also betoning. Yeah. So this one, Tramontina Brazil. Yeah. I use these a lot. I have several of them. They are very good for that task. So this one is maybe, let's say, 15. This one is 10, maybe, euro or dollar, because of course the euro is more expensive than the dollar, but then again in America knives are cheaper than here in Europe. And this one I picked up at the surplus store, the second-hand store, like €5 or something like this. For American viewers, you can also of course use the Camillus navy knife, army knife, whatever. It's just the idea of one last resort knife attached to your body with a lanyard at all times. One wood carving, food preparing model. One chopping, betoning model. I like to temper my knife, so this one I still use this model also when I teach bushcraft. I ask for a small deposit, and then they can use this knife, and if they give it back to me after the course and still usable, they just used it and not abused it, they get their money back. It teaches them to have respect for the knife and to treat the knife as a survival tool, of course, which it is. I altered mine. I made it more like the 510. 510 not available in Europe, well, at least I can't find it. So I lost the hilt, put a patina on it, and for wet or snowy environment I put a lanyard hole, so I can always attach a lanyard. Because I lost the hilt, I don't need the entire scabbard, so it is possible for me to drill a hole and put a carabine in there, use it as a dangler sheet. I kept the original attachment for a button, but I use this as a dangler sheet. Very convenient. So this one is around my neck or attached to my belt with a lanyard, then in my pocket. And this one attached to my belt, and this one inside my backpack. About the alterations, I like to make alterations, think about what could become better with the knife. I do that with a lot of knives, usually knives I already own, because I like to keep the original ones in the collection. So I put a patina on this cold steel carbon V by soaking it in hot water and lemon juice for several hours. Yeah. I think it has a nice effect. I first cleaned the blade, then soaked it, then cleaned it again. So it's nice and even, the patina. It also will prevent rust. But as I said, I usually do this only with knives that I already have in my collection. Okay, I think this is a nice €30 package to start with if you are interested in going out into the woods, do some wood carving, do some shelter building, etc, etc, maybe some cooking in the field. So I hope you enjoyed. Any comments, of course, are welcome. Okay, see you later, bye bye.